Okay, sorry. I was just wanting to press record. I know I talked to you guys a lot about, going for no and finding that number ratio. And the truth is that you don't need to be working with business every single day. I only work it about an hour a day, and then the little bits of stuff I get to do here and there when I have some downtime with Nolan.
Yes.
But the truth is that this business can be done. It's just that simple. This business can be done. Hold on. Hey, Ryan. I'm doing my Zoom call in here. I'm in the laundry room, guys, because I put on a TV show for Nolan, and I didn't want him to see me, so I see the computer, so I'm standing in the. But anyways, Ryan's home, so I'm good. So anyways,
you're fine, girl.
backing it up. The two things I want to focus on with you guys is talk to 100 people in a month. I know that sounds crazy, but like Sierra and I were just saying, if you break it down, so how many people is that per day? If you let yourself have an hour to work out and then an hour to do your business, that's 2 hours that you are putting toward building something that you believe in.
Yes.
Something that I if you guys didn't get a chance to watch the video that I felt very inspired to share, you guys all are working full-time jobs, okay? And you all have families or significant others that need your time and need you to invest in that relationship. So now you add on the side hustle, and the side hustle isn't easy because it's a hustle. It's on the side. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to push you and challenge you. And the difference between what makes people stick around in this business and people who say, nah, it's not really for me, is that they haven't truly put the belief out there that this is enough. That this little thing that's only supposed to take 2 hours is actually going to build something great. I've heard a lot of people say, no, the only reason why, you're still coaching is because Ryan has a full-time job. Well, yeah, it helps. But there's nothing there's nothing else that I would rather do. There's nothing that would ever motivate me to leave my house and leave my kid right now. There's nothing that would take me away from this. That's why I'm still working so hard. And that's why I want to see you guys see success, because I know you all have big dreams. I mean, I look at Jordan. She wants to freaking move to Hawaii, okay? And that seems like a crazy goal, but it's literally the hare and the turtle race. We think we need to be sprinting, when really it is just a marathon. And if you want to run a marathon successfully, you got to pace yourself. So I want to bring you guys all back to when you first became a new coach, and you said to me, "Oh, Noelle, I want to be free. I want to have financial freedom, or I want to leave my job, or I want to be able to take my boyfriend on vacation." I want to bring you back to that, but I want to add this thing that I never told you because I never really thought about it. You have to be inviting 100 people every month, and you might not think you know 100 people, but I promise you, in your first month after inviting 100 people, you will know more people. You'll know 100 more people. You'll know 200 more people. That's how this happens. Because the only person I've ever met in real life on this call right now is Jordan. That's the power of that I'm trying to talk about. Jordan and I were roommates in college, which is amazing. And yeah, I'm wearing one of my own shirts. But I've never met Renika, I've never met Sierra, and Brittany, I've never met her. She's also on our team. Leah, I met at college, but we were never really friends. That's the power. If you guys trust me, that inviting 100 people, and the funny thing too is, if you aim for 100 and you hit 75, that's pretty awesome. If you aim for 100 and you hit 30, also awesome. If you aim for 100 and hit 10, not awesome. You need to try a little harder. Gonna be honest. Man, I was going strong. Sorry. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys about, and I'm not going to take too much time today because I have something I want you guys to do after this, is you guys need to be posting your transformations at least once a week. There's something that everyone likes to call Transformation Tuesdays, and I know you guys have all seen my abs and whatever variation they are. but you need to be sharing your transformation, and you need to be sharing other people in our team's transformation. So that's the project that I want us to do together for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Transformation Tuesday, and I want you guys to post in the team page your recent transformation or transformation you're most proud of. I don't care. If you've only been doing a program for 1 week, you got a transformation. If, it doesn't have to be all like, scantily clad or anything, but just some form of transformation. It could just be your face. I know Sierra has a great one of that. But I want you guys to post it because I want to do like a collective little post on my Instagram, and I want to shout you guys all out because you've all worked so hard on your own transformation journeys, because that's why you became coaches. You became a coach because you changed and you wanted to change someone else's life. So that's part 2 of what I wanted to talk about. I also told you guys that we were going to talk about follow-ups because this is something that we all struggle with. I struggle with myself. I am I avoid follow-ups. I'm like the plague. And a part of me is, part of the reason why I do that, and it's not good for my business, is because I don't like working that hard. That's the truth. I don't like working that hard. And follow-ups to me feel like work. But you guys, like I was telling you all this morning, this job is work. It takes work, but it doesn't take that much work. It's literally us getting out of our own, negative mindsets and showing up. Because that's all to me, a follow-up is like, all right, someone said yes or someone said no. Oh man, I'm like walking around and I'm like, oh, I don't want to respond. Like, I don't want to get too pushy. I start thinking all these lies. Like, I don't want to come across desperate. I don't want to have to ask any more questions. I just want them to say yes. I mean, don't they see my picture? Don't they see my post? Don't they trust me yet? But then I'm reminded that each of you guys, none of you are instant yeses. Those are once in a blue moon, and oftentimes those instant yeses, they don't really last. Here's an example of an instant yes. I got this girl who reached out to me out of the blue and said, hey, are you a Beachbody coach? And I said, yes. And she was like, cool, can you tell me about the 21-day fix? And I was like, sure. And I'm like sitting there behind like, yes, this is what we want. This is easy, yes. And it was easy. She signed up and it was like a breeze because behind the scenes, I'm like working with people who've been asking me questions or working with people who I've asked questions to. And it felt so hard, but this girl was so easy. So she started in our challenge group that started on, what was the date? Like May 17th, I can't remember, last week. You know how many workouts she's done?
None.
3 in 8 days. And she's the one who came to me, already wanted to do 21-day fix, had all the answers, and was my instant yes. And I can guarantee she's not going to be around next month. She's not going to be around the month after. But a Renika, a Sierra, a Jordan, who actually were watching me, who actually asked real questions, who actually had something that they had to lose. Like they had to decide, well, they had to decide between I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing or I'm going to actually do something hard and push myself to see physical transformations. So those easy wins that we think we want, they're not who we really want. It's just like in a relationship. You don't want to, well, I guess guys don't want to date the easy girls and girls don't want to date the easy guys. We like a challenge. So I've heard a lot of people parallel like follow-ups and conversations kind of like dating because that's really what it is. I feel like Renika and I dated for a long time, right? Right, girl? I mean, we would have conversations in between our little boys screaming in the background. Like, we would have talks in the car, on walks. Like, I think we've gone steady. What?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, because this is the relationship business. Like, I want people on our team who we know intimately. Like I know Renika's story really well, and I know it's still so much more for me to learn about her. I know Jordan, like, again, she was my roommate. I know her real well. She knows Ryan. She's like the only person on our team who's really met Ryan. Yeah. So I don't know if this is encouraging you guys. I'm just trying to encourage you guys because I know I just want you to realize like where I'm coming from. I struggle too. Follow-ups are hard. But Renique and I talked earlier today. And whenever I'm feeling stuck in a conversation, it's really easy to just get in your head and get those doubting words, overflowing. So what I do is I go back to this this document that Danielle and I created like a year or so ago. Still holds up. There might be some tweaking with how sales have changed and everything, but that's where I go to calm those voices down. That's where I go to just relax. So I'm not word vomiting. That's where I go. And I want to remind you where it is. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, sharing my screen. I'm going to go to our team page. Okay. So we're at the team page. And by the way, our next book club, I'm going to announce that in the week. We already talked about it. I think it's going to be the Year of Yes. It's a really fun book. So if you go to your file section over here, you're going to see all this stuff that I've shared. Conversation scripts, new conversation script, daily checklists, etc. Business activity trackers, overcoming objection conversations. This is a great conversation between me and a girl named Martha. Where? Gosh, I know it's here. It might be the yes script. This is it, yes script. So when someone says yes, hey, like you reach out to them, you send them an invite. Honestly, that used to be the hardest thing. Now it's like easiest thing for me. If you guys are ever nervous about your invites, just sending like maybe a cold invite, or when you're in the middle of a conversation with someone, just inviting them, this is where the power of posting worked in your favor. Because Danielle told me this a while ago. If you're consistent on your page about who you are and what you do, that invite isn't going to surprise anybody. And I actually had a girl who was like, I've been waiting for this invite, Noelle. I'm going to work out with you one day. Not yet, but I've been waiting for this invite. And that was kind of fun. Okay, so this yes script. I'm going to click on it so we can just go over it really quickly. Oh, there it is. Okay, so yes script. So, yes, I want to be a part of your accountability group. Now what? The first step is to step away from the keyboard and breathe. Okay, because it's like, oh my gosh, they said yes, or oh my gosh, they said no. This is also applicable if someone says no. Okay, remember, you are giving a gift, but you need to know which gift to give. So you have a lot of questions you need to ask them before ever sending them anything Beachbody, like any Beachbody registration link. Because remember, this is a relationship business, and this is where you earn your stripes. And those stripes are those transformations. Those stripes are your transformation. You being a coach, you being a successful coach. So it just takes slowing it down and going through these questions, literally one by five, right? Question to ask. Great, I would love to have you in the group. What are your current health and fitness goals? What do you struggle with most? Those are two great questions, because someone's going to say, oh, I want to tone up. But if you don't ask them what do they struggle with, they're going to be like, oh, well, I don't really need that. Or you're going to miss something. So if they say, I struggle with eating, perfect segue into Shakeology. If they say, I really want to focus on my eating, but I struggle with working out, perfect segue into working out. I totally understand, and I think it's great that you want to identify their goals. Tone up for your wedding. Why do you want to accomplish this goal the most? This is also really important, because someone can say, oh, I have a wedding coming up. I know Jordan brought this up a little bit ago. I have a wedding coming up, and I want to lose some weight. It's funny, because some people might say, I really want to lose weight, but if you don't attach why, they're not going to lose weight, and their wedding's going to come, and then 2 weeks later, when they get their wedding photos back, they're going to be like, ugh. And they're going to wish they had worked out with you before. I can't tell you how many people have come to me and said, man, I wish I did this one before my wedding. So remember that. Remember, this is a gift, And again, I'm not going to go through all of these, but again, you need to focus on these questions with people because it's going to calm you down. And it's going to, again, put that validation, earn those stripes that you're a real coach. You're not just somebody who works out in her living room and, helps people willy-nilly. You're a serious coach. All of you are. Do you guys have any questions? I need to take a break because I got to work on I'm a preacher. I got to work on my teaching. I always tell that to Ryan. I'm like, he tells me, like, you're such a lecturer. All right, stop share. So I'm going to take a moment. What do you guys think? How do you feel about some of the things that we talked about?
So I'm so glad you actually showed me where to find the script on Facebook, because I'm actually looking at a girl who just told me, after I showed her the quick 21-day fix promo you sent me earlier, she still says she's interested. So I'm glad you showed me those scripts so I can follow up with her.
Yeah, because the next phase because it's funny, when someone says yes to the workouts, now you need to keep building that value so they understand what they're getting with Shakeology and making sure that you don't ever separate the two, because what they're getting is both of them together. So that script is going to really help you to talk about it so that they're not feeling separate, if that makes sense.
Okay, perfect.
And I think I need to update. I don't know if I can update it in the script, but just be careful, like, with whatever they say, like, the cost is. Maybe they'll say, like, 140 or 40. Like, if you see that, just reach out to me and I'll qualify. What else do you guys think? I want to hear some of your, the things that are holding you back in your business activities. I was sharing how follow-ups are big for me. I'm also going to sit down on here because I'm sick of standing.
They're big to me too. Follow-ups are so hard. Or when they say yes, and I'm like you said just a minute ago, I don't want to ask them 17 more questions. I just want them to buy from me. Why don't they trust me? They should trust me now. I showed them. Why are you doing this? So we're on the same page there, because I'm like, just join me. Just do it.
And you know what? And the other thing is, Sierra, you can say that to some people in your life. You could be totally frank with them, and I've done that. I'm pretty sure that's how I was with Jordan. I don't know. But if honestly, just look at it like it's really about you building that value, because everything that they're saying, when they say, oh, I don't want to pay for that, actually, it's not for me. And you go back and say, well, didn't you just say that, you really struggle with eating healthy meals, or that your doctor told you that you need to be working out, or that, you have this wedding coming up, like, and you just said that nothing else is working. Do you remember saying that? And they'll be like, well, yeah, I guess I'm just scared to really just, invest in it. What if it doesn't work out? That what you're really getting with them is you're giving them a chance to truly be honest with themselves,
Yeah.
But follow this script, because it's just going to calm you down, and then you're going to be like, ooh, check, I got that goal. I know what their goal is. Or, ooh, they don't eat breakfast. I'm going to tell them to eat their Shakeology. Or, anyways, that's all I can think about. Is that helpful? Okay. Jordan, you got anything you want to add or say? That's okay. You don't have to. You just do.
Not too much. I was just gonna say hi.
Yeah, you look cute.
Thanks. I feel like crap.
I'm sorry. Well, I really just wanted to kind of light some fire under your butts, and then end this a little bit early so that you can work on 10 invites and 10 more follow-ups. Okay? And if you haven't done any today, that's all I want you to do today. If you've already done some, a little more ain't gonna hurt, because you don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. Any questions while I'm here, guys?
Is our next meeting going to be on Sunday?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay. I forgot it was Mother's Day. So
yeah.
Somebody had brought that up. So
I'm just so used to, like, okay, once we get home from church and stuff, like, I'm all work, and then, like, we went out, and it worked out for me too, because I didn't get home until 5:30 anyways. But yeah, Sunday nights are the best nights for everyone, right? So, Jordan, Sierra, competition is real.
It's going down here.
So, Renika, Jordan and Sierra will be joining me in Indiana for Summit this year. And I put up a little friendly wager that whoever helps the 3 people gets to attend this really cool party. Jordan, you know how cool it is. You had FOMO last year.
No, and I was like, not even close.
Yeah, but you're close now. You're actually doing the work. You're close. You're close.
Not
You
close
both
enough.
are. And I just want to let you know, if Sierra helps 3 people and you don't, Jordan, there is a good consolation prize. So if you help somebody, if one of you, but there's no prize if nobody helps anybody. So anyway.
I will say one thing that you guys should probably know, and I don't know if I ever told you this, Noelle, but like when Noelle was going to like getting ready to go to Summit, and this was before I even signed up with her as a coach because like she said, we were college roommates. I was actually doing Beachbody workouts before she ever did them in the living room. And she would literally come in the door and like do this and walk to her room.
Yeah, it was like, it was insanity. And, Juan T's just grunting on the TV and I'm like, what are you doing?
She's like, I hope she doesn't invite me to do this. So, but anyways, like she had, I can't remember, you reached out to me like a few months prior to before I signed up. I know it was in September because that's when August because that's when I was taking my boards and
yeah.
I was like, I think I'm gonna wait until I pass because I'm really stressed out and I got this anxiety and but like she was like going before that she was like getting ready to go to Summit and like picking out these cowgirl boots and like it was like you were going on a journey with her and she was just posting about like getting ready, traveling by herself to get to were you in Nashville?
I drove 10 hours by myself.
I would see her post stuff, and the reason why she hit me up is because I was posting fitness stuff on, like, what was it? Not Instagram, Pinterest. But, like, while she was, like, messaging me, then her stuff started going my feeds because she had messaged me, and then it was like she was taking me on a journey, like her journey, and then like there was something about it. It was so much positivity. So like when you post like just simple things, like yesterday I posted about how is it just me or am I like the only person who sits in their car afterwards? And there's a lot of people can relate to stuff like that. But like just simple things like I'm picking out a pair of shoes. Well, what should you need the cowboy boots for and the cowgirl boots for? And like I wanted to know. So I kept following her. And then that's what led me to her doing the size program. I saw her doing a dance. I'm like, that's the one. That's what I need. I need to let go, let loose because I'm having an awful time in my life right now. And
you need to share this, Jordan.
Yeah, I will.
More. I know you shared it before.
Yeah.
She told me.
Yeah.
I try to find a way to like share that on my page without being so revealing that it's Beachbody and stuff because it scares people off and I have a hard time. I have a big mouth and I talk a lot and I babble.
But it doesn't scare people off. It doesn't scare off the right people because, you don't have to say Beachbody, but like take people on a journey too. We have 6 weeks before Indiana. Okay. So that means that, you can share like, hey, I have this big goal of helping 5 people before I get to Summit, before I reach Indiana. And this is what my my corporate mentor tells me. Ask for what you want. I'm pretty sure that's an Oprah quote. Like ask for what you want and say it out loud. Like go live in your Instagram story. Sierra's great at that. Post, hey, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z. Someone who likes fitness, but someone who's stuck with their nutrition and needs some guidance, or someone who's got great eating habits but terrible workout consistency. I want to show you how I do it. Like that's what you need to be talking about for the next 6 weeks. All of you. Renika, you too, even though you're not going to Summit, like, yeah, and you still can go to Summit. Just get in your car and drive. Seriously. I drove from North Carolina to Nashville. I don't know how far Maryland is to Indiana. just as far.
I don't know either.
Maybe further, like 20. I don't know. Hey, Benji. Hi.
Say hi. He's like, I heard my
So
name.
what'd you say?
He's like, I heard my name.
Yeah, he did. So yeah, I just want you guys to take. I'm gonna get off because I can talk for hours. But I just want you guys to realize that. Remember, it takes some work, but it gets easier because all of those limiting self-belief. You build those tools and you have those stripes and you have those testimonials in your back pocket that anytime you're feeling like, oh, I'm not going to meet my goal, you meet it because you know exactly what you need to do. So the work that you're putting in now is going to make you stronger, just like with your workouts. Like, Renika, I don't think you thought you could be doing 80 days of 80-day obsession. I mean, you're consistent AF. Seriously, you were not consistent before. Huh?
I try to be. I try.
No, but you're rocking it. And I know a lot of that is because your story's like mine. Like, you want to prove to your husband that you can do this and that you're doing this, And I also want you guys to cut yourself some slack. And that's one of the reasons why I created this little pod on a texting group. I know it might be overwhelming at work. You don't have to read everything. But I want you to realize that we're all in the same boat. Okay? So text me if you need me. Work on those 5 invites. Just use that script that I posted a while back. And your follow-ups, just use the script, okay? And you'll get through it, okay? You can do this? You believe? Okay, cool. I feel like we should have like a Team Frankly Fierce like call sign, like it's like an app. Right? No? Okay, I thought it would be fun.
I'm gonna take a picture of us.
Okay, hold on. Let me make this full screen. Well, it doesn't matter. You're taking the picture. All right, everyone, get close. Benji, get in the picture.
Yeah, you getting in the picture, buddy?
No.
Right.
Come on, Benji.
Come on.
Get over here.
My laptop sucks. I so need to get a MacBook. That's my goal. All right, everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. Those are my dogs.
Perfect
I'm
timing.
mad.